beautiful legacy. Every line, every curve leaves a trace of who we were.
Hello and welcome. You are listening to A Beautiful Legacy. I'm your host, Tiago Pinto, and this is your short moment to look at the objects, systems, and ideas that shaped how we live, shop, work, and move. In this chapter, we are starting with one object, one design that traveled beyond its original purpose. Today, we look at the Swiss Army knife, a small red tool, a symbol of usefulness and readiness. Designed by Karl Elsener, it began as the response to a military need, but its legacy became much larger. The Swiss Army knife is not simply a knife. It is an idea about uncertainty, an object designed not for one problem, but for the possibility of many. Some designs solve what is in front of us, others prepare us for what might come next. The Swiss Army knife begins in the late 19th century, when the Swiss Army needed a compact tool for its soldiers. The requirements were direct: a blade, a screwdriver to maintain rifles, and a can opener for the canned rations. It did not begin as a lifestyle accessory. It began with a practical question: how do you give people the tools they might need without asking them to carry a toolbox? Most tools are designed around one action. A knife cuts, a screwdriver turns, a can opener opens, logically. The Swiss Army knife challenged the logic. What if an object was defined by several possible issues? What if preparedness could fit inside a pocket? In that shift, it became more than a military tool. It became a portable system. Behind this object was Karl Elsener, a Swiss cutler and entrepreneur from Ibach, Schwyz, who founded what later would become Victorinox. Elsener understood that a tool for soldiers had to be more than clever. It had to be dependable. Dependability is not complexity. Complexity can damage dependability. The challenge was not simply to place many tools into one handle. It was to make that combination reliable, compact, and intuitive. Every function had to fold away, remain accessible, survive use, and balance multiplicity with clarity. The Swiss Army knife could have become a gimmick, a small object trying to do too much, but its strength is that it does many things while still feeling like one thing. The best multifunctional objects are systems of restraint. They require editing, hierarchy, and clarity. That's why the object endured. Its functions were held together by trust.
Beautiful legacy. Every line, every curve leaves a trace of who we were.
The true legacy of the Swiss Army knife is behavioral. Before it, a tool was something you selected for a known task. You choose the tool after identifying the problem. The Swiss Army knife reversed that sequence. You carried the tool before the problem appeared. It introduced a mindset of preparedness. You carry it not because you know what will happen, but because you actually don't know. It is designed for uncertainty. Our lives are full of small, unpredicted situations. A loose screw, a package, a bottle, a thread, a repair. The Swiss Army knife does not promise to solve everything. It promises to give you a chance. That chance gives the user a small feeling of control in an unpredictable world. The Swiss Army knife makes you feel ready, capable, and independent. You carry it, and you carry a version of yourself that is prepared.
Beautiful legacy. Every line, every curve leaves a trace of who we were.
Over time, the Swiss Army knife moved beyond its military context. It became associated with camping, travel, hiking, scouting, repair, and self-reliance. It became a gift, a souvenir, a symbol of Swiss precision. Most owners do not use every function. Some only use the blade, some use the scissors, some may never use the awl, hook, or corkscrew. But the unused tools carry symbolic value. They represent possibility. They tell the owner, you may not need this now, but one day you might. That's emotional design. It does not rely on constant use. It relies on latent usefulness. Its value is measured by readiness. It can sit in a drawer for months or stay in a backpack unnoticed. Then suddenly it becomes the exact object needed. That is design waiting for the right moment. The world we inherited from the Swiss Army knife is everywhere around us. We see it in multi-tools, travel kits, modular products, smartphones even, dashboards and service ecosystems. But it also teaches us a warning. Multifunctionality alone is not enough. Adding features is easy. Making them useful, understandable, and dependable is the hard part. Many products mistake accumulation for value. They add buttons, modes, and layers. They become more capable on paper, but less clear in real life. The Swiss Army knife shows a better way. It proves that complexity must be organized, that usefulness needs discipline, that versatility only works when the user still feels in control. It is not just more in less, it is more held together. Good design is not about giving people everything. It is about giving people what they can use and trust. The Swiss Army knife became iconic because it solved a practical problem intelligently. It was created for soldiers, but it escaped the battlefield. It moved into pockets, backpacks, tool drawers, and childhood memories. It became part of how we imagine readiness. Karl Elsener's legacy is not simply a knife with many tools. It is the idea that design can compress confidence into a small object. The Swiss Army knife is not about being equipped for everything. That would be impossible. It is about being equipped well enough. Enough to try, enough to adapt, enough to act. The Swiss Army knife helps us enter the unknown with a little more confidence. And that truly is a beautiful legacy.
Beautiful legacy. Every line, every curve leaves a trace of who we were.
You've been listening to A Beautiful Legacy. In this new chapter, we are exploring legacy through specific works, objects, rooms, systems, graphics, and ideas that change how we live. If this episode shifted how you think about the kitchen, domestic space, or the hidden intelligence behind everyday routines, follow the show and join me for the next episode. Until then, keep noticing the beauty people leave behind.
Beautiful legacy. Every line, every curve leaves a trace of who we were. In the shape of a chair, in the light on a wall, someone's dream still stands tall. But